Comparing my 4 audio input options. This is a Core dynamic microphone which is inputted into a Zoom H6 mounted on the top of my desk, which also has an internal microphone capsule attached to it, which is now the second microphone test, and it is now targeted towards me. So I rotated it towards me, and this usually sounds the best. The main issue is that whenever my notebook on the side here is running its fans, then I cannot really, here's the notebook, then I cannot really hear that much. And it's just an annoying sound. This is what in this distance, about 30 centimeters, the internal microphone of the Galaxy S10 would sound like. And this now is the Rode VideoMic 2, which is sitting on top of this setup here, which you can see here. And this is a directional microphone, which I'm using as a USB-C microphone, directly inputted into the USB-C port of my phone. Now, you might say you cannot charge the phone while having this in here, and that's true. But I also cannot charge the phone with the other two methods, where I either have the audio jack input, which would be this here, or I do have basically also another input like this here, because I could also use the Zoom as an audio interface for the Galaxy S10. The main problem with charging and using the headphone jack at the same time is that the charging seems to produce a noise. Also, not when directly charging, but much more being connected to the notebook. It also seems to produce a noise, also probably with charging, but then the headphone jack doesn't work as an input without noise. So I can only use the headphone jack as an input, and I do have the Galaxy S10 partially for this reason still, that it does still have a headphone jack input. I cannot finish the previous sentence, so what I wanted to say is that I can only record or charge either way. I didn't find a solution where I could charge something, the phone, and also record audio without noise at the same time. The main issue with the Zoom is that the directional mic capsule that is attached to it, which is sitting on front, is attached to it in a way that you can either see the screen or use the directional microphone. The directional microphone is this here. This is a stereo capsule, and it sounds really nice. It also comes with a dynamic capsule. It runs on 4 AA or AAA batteries. I'm not sure which these are, the bigger ones, AA. And if you now access the screen, which doesn't work right now because the batteries are empty, in this case, rechargeable but empty, then the screen is here. If I now have it attached up here, I need to access this here. And if I access this here to hold the whole thing, and I then target it towards me, and because I'm obviously not that tall, I need to target it this way, then I cannot see the screen. But I need the screen in order to turn it on, because if you use it as a USB interface or as a USB microphone, then, well, you need to turn it on every time you turn on the notebook. Sometimes it works if the notebook, sometimes basically it turns on automatically, but you need to check the settings and also the levels on the different input things. So I'm using this for my loop station usually. This is for this microphone, which I hand hold whenever I just screen record currently. And then I also have now the VideoMic Go 2, which I might use totally for all the recordings, because then I don't need this microphone, even though it's so good. I just don't want to have it also additionally on this setup here. I mean, I tried this in the past, but the problem is if I have it targeted towards me, then I cannot see the screen. So I don't know how much sense the screen here makes. Obviously, it's targeted in a way that you have it on here and then you still can see it. But, well, as a kind of solo recording device, it therefore does not work this well. I nonetheless bought this because it works as kind of this multifunctional device. That is my USB interface, that is the ultimate audio recorder. It's still portable. You can also take these off, and then you have a super portable podcast recorder. So this is the only thing, and you have 4 inputs, XLR or combos. So you can also input 3.5 with an adapter or 6.3. And it also mounts, and it's also black, and it also has rechargeable batteries, and it also sounds ridiculously good. In addition, you can even get an a capsule that has 2 additional inputs. So it would be 6 inputs. So you could record a band, for example, with 6 different audio tracks at the same time. You can also record directly with this into Cubase, for example. But I didn't really... The process of recording videos turned into something that was kind of turning on this here and going up there, and then sometimes it did not record and I forgot to plug it in. So initially I got the VideoMic for the camera, but now I just tried it out and it seems to kind of work as a directional mic also on here. And if it works this easy and I can just have it up there and then down here I have this here, then why not? And usually I'm standing here in front, and even if I turn away, I obviously also turn the mic with the camera because it's kind of targeted into the same direction. So I also have a microphone down here. I might have to resolve the fan noise issue. It's not just the fan noise, there is also an additional noise that comes with the fan noise. I already got it kind of, or sent it into repair. It didn't get repaired. But what I can then use is potentially my EOS M50 on top also here, with this here as a microphone, as my kind of video setup for recording on my notebook. And then I still have this setup for recording on my phone.